Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece, offers a set of principles designed to guide us through the tempestuous seas of life. These principles, forged in the crucible of human experience, provide a framework for navigating the inevitable storms of emotional and psychological turmoil. By understanding and integrating these tenets into our daily lives, we can develop an unshakable strength and resilience, allowing us to weather any storm with fortitude and grace. The first principle of Stoicism, and perhaps the most fundamental, is the understanding of what lies within our control and what does not. This crucial distinction forms the bedrock of our psychological well-being. We must recognize that external events, the vicissitudes of fortune, are largely beyond our grasp. Attempting to control the uncontrollable is an exercise in futility, leading only to frustration and despair. Instead, we must focus our energies on what we can control: our thoughts, our reactions, our values, our choices. This is where true power resides. By mastering our inner world, we gain a measure of control over our experience of the external world. We become less susceptible to the whims of fate, less perturbed by the inevitable setbacks that life throws our way. Remember, seeking to control the uncontrollable is a recipe for misery. Accept that some things lie beyond your grasp, and focus your attention on the sphere of your own actions, your own will. This is the domain of true freedom. Life is not a straight path. It is fraught with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected detours. The Stoics understood this fundamental truth and embraced it. They saw obstacles not as impediments to progress, but as opportunities for growth and development. Each challenge, each setback, presents a chance to cultivate resilience, to hone our coping mechanisms, to strengthen our resolve. When faced with adversity, we must resist the urge to succumb to despair or frustration. Instead, we should view these obstacles through a Stoic lens, recognizing them as opportunities for self-improvement. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, more adaptable? Remember, the obstacle is the way. Embrace the challenges life throws your way, for they hold the potential for profound personal growth. The Stoics understood that much of life is beyond our control. We can't control the weather, the economy, or the actions of others, but we can control our responses to these events. This is where our true power lies. Don't waste precious energy railing against the things you cannot change. Instead, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. This is the path to resilience and inner peace. It's about choosing to focus on what you can influence rather than succumbing to the chaos of the external world. Remember, the world is a chaotic place and you will face hardship, but you have the power to choose how you respond. Now, how do we cultivate this control over our responses? The Stoics offer a powerful tool: mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. This allows you to create a space between your feelings and your reactions, giving you the power to choose a more considered response. Imagine yourself caught in a storm. Mindfulness is like finding a sturdy shelter within yourself, a place of calm amidst the chaos. This might sound a bit grim, but the Stoics encourage us to contemplate the worst-case scenarios. Now, I'm not talking about dwelling in negativity. This is about mental preparedness, understanding that hardship is an inevitable part of life. By mentally preparing for challenges, you diminish their power. You're no longer caught off guard. This isn't about being pessimistic, it's about being realistic. It's about acknowledging the impermanence of all things, and in doing so, appreciating the good while it lasts. This practice, while seemingly dark, ultimately allows you to face life's challenges with more courage and resilience. You know, the Stoics were really onto something with their focus on death. It's not about being morbid, it's about perspective. See, most of us spend our lives chasing things that ultimately don't matter. We're terrified of things that are largely outside our control. But when you truly grasp the reality of your own mortality, It changes everything. It cuts through the noise. Suddenly the petty anxieties fall away and you're left with what's truly important. So how do you do it? Think about your death, not in a maudlin way, but as a clarifying lens. Imagine your life as a story coming to an end. What would you regret? What would you be proud of? Use that knowledge. Live a life that minimizes regret and maximizes meaning. Self-discipline, the ability to exert control over yourself, over your impulses. It's the bedrock of a meaningful life. You see, the undisciplined individual is a slave to their whims, their desires, their fears. They're tossed about by the storms of life, never truly steering their own ship. But the disciplined individual, they're the master of their own domain. They chart their course, they weather the storms, and they arrive at their destination. So how do we cultivate self-discipline? It starts with small acts of willpower. Wake up early, stick to a schedule, resist those fleeting temptations. Each act of self-control strengthens your resolve, fortifies your spirit, and prepares you for the challenges that lie ahead. Now, detachment isn't about becoming emotionless or indifferent. It's about recognizing that true peace and freedom come from letting go of what we cannot control. We live in a world obsessed with external validation, with the material, with the fleeting pleasures of the senses. But these things are ultimately transient, fleeting. They can be taken away in an instant. True strength, true resilience, lies in detaching from these externalities and finding peace in the things that truly matter. Your character, your values, your contributions to the world. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy the good things in life, but it means not clinging to them so tightly that their absence destroys you. So embrace these Stoic principles, implement them in your daily life. Take control of what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your responses. Let go of what you cannot and find freedom in that detachment. Remember, the path to a meaningful life is paved with discipline, resilience, and a commitment to living in accordance with virtue. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below telling me how you plan to implement these Stoic principles in your own life. Let's work together to build a stronger, more resilient future.